Hillary Clinton taking a stage with Vice President Joe Biden. She's trying to focus on the economy, but questions over her emails not going away. Now Governor Pence is urging a pay-to-play probe into the Clinton Foundation.
Certainly, their officials at the FBI, we've also found out this week, believe that there should be an investigation, and Obama's Department of Justice apparently has shut that down. The public has a right to know, because this really and truly, this is exactly the kind of pay-to-play politics the American people are sick and tired of.
All right, the question is this issue going to plague Hillary with the voters? To Charlie Gasparino, Eboni Williams, and Republican strategist Sarah Lenti. Sarah, let me start with you. We know that Hillary's gotten enormous issues with respect to trustworthiness, and these email scandals haven't helped.
Not at all. You know, it's interesting, Charles, you go back to her confirmation hearings with Secretary of State, and she pledged to keep her dealings, her family's Clinton Foundation, separate from the State Department. Back in 2008, there was a memo from Valerie Jarrett, special assistant to the president, and the CEO of the Clinton Foundation saying that they're going to keep business separate. And then you have these emails coming out showing that there is ties between major donors to the Clinton Foundation and speeches that Bill Clinton gave to direct access to the State Department. I mean, this calls into line trustworthiness, credibility. She knew it was an issue when she entered as Secretary of State. So how do you just excuse that? You know,
Eboni, I mean, we follow this stuff for a living. We follow it closely. We drink it, love it, eat it. The average person on the street, do you think they understand this whole thing with the Clinton Foundation and the emails? I remember when Sanders said enough with the emails already, and that was a long time ago in the debates.
Yeah, and I think Bernie Sanders lived to regret that moment immensely, Charles. I don't know if the general public deals in the nuance like we do, but I do think they ask questions. And I think those questions are enough to be problematic as this thing goes on. See, that's the problem. When you're running for office and you allow questions to go unanswered, people will draw conclusions that might not be favorable to you, and that's what Hillary needs to worry about.
Charlie, before I get to you, I want you to listen to something that Leon Panetta, former Clinton's defense, he came to Clinton's defense, rather, in the email controversy. I want you to take a listen to this.
You know, it's been investigated. No action has been taken by the Justice Department. And I really do think it's time for the candidates and for the American people to move on and talk about the real issues that are going to affect us as we face the future.
All right, Charlie. Leon said, let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, I have the utmost respect for Leon Panetta. I know a little bit. I covered him a little bit when he was on the board of the New York Stock Exchange. But unfortunately for him, this issue is going to keep dogging Hillary Clinton. Listen, they may not, as Eboni said, people may not understand every nuance, but there's a reason why Donald Trump still could win this thing. Is horrible, the campaign that he's running. I mean, just the most pathetic, you know, all over the place campaign. You know, he's shoots himself in the foot once a day, yet Hillary Clinton can't break 50% of the vote, particularly in battleground states. Why is that? That's because people don't trust her. And I will say this, I've done a lot of reporting on this. I've gotten pretty good leaks coming from people that know what the FBI believes. FBI agents on the ground have said that there's credible evidence to indict her, both on the email stuff, the national security, how she handled that with the private server, and in terms of connections with the Clinton Foundation. Now, the chief of the FBI said no because of technical reasons. The DOJ shut it down, but that doesn't mean those emails and those thoughts are not going to leak between now and November 7th, and I bet you they will.
All right, by the way, also, don't forget, guys, congressional members will get the notes from those FBI agents. There wasn't any official transcript, but they will get the notes this week, and I think we'll learn more. In the meantime, Charlie, you've got breaking news from the Trump camp about Donald Trump's tax returns. What are you hearing?
What we're getting from the campaign, because as you know, pressure is mounting right now for him to release them. They would be required reading for every reporter out there, I guess, and it would be orgasmic for me to see his tax returns. But
Eboni, move over.
Mine was like, whoa.
But I'm hearing from his senior advisors there is no amount of pressure to be put on Donald Trump to ever get him to release those things, which I'm telling you, if you're not into, look, I'm a financial journalist. I love seeing things that no one else has. I love seeing how people get out from paying taxes. This would be an incredible roadmap. We should point out that, though, in his defense, Hillary Clinton's not releasing her transcripts of the Goldman Sachs speeches.
Sure.
And in his defense, real estate people in general pay very little taxes. You know that. There's so many loopholes that that's afforded to you.
But by the same token, I mean, this is also something that's weighing on Donald Trump as well. His favorability numbers have been drifting of late, and this doesn't help, Eboni.
No, it doesn't. Here's the issue. I actually agree with Charlie on this. I don't think it does any favor for Donald Trump to release these. I actually don't think they quell some of the concerns. All it's going to do is put in black and white what people already know. Donald Trump has kind of been unapologetic about his ability to take advantage of financial things that work in his favor. So all that would do is tell us what we already know.
Yeah, but it'll be one hell of a document.
Sarah, there are other things in there
Maybe
as well.
we'll learn something.
Right? People are saying there may be other nuggets in there as well, you know, with respect to who he does business with, charities, and these kind of things. Listen, he won't release them. He'll be the first major presidential candidate not to. To what degree of impact, how much will this hurt him come November?
I think it would hurt him a lot. He's running for the people, right, and putting America first, and taxes are a huge part of his economic plan. I think he's going to release his taxes. He's on the record several years ago, several times saying that if he ran for office, he was going to release his taxes. It took Mitt Romney until September 21st of 2012 to release his 20-year overview of his taxes. So I think Donald Trump has a few more weeks, and my gut is he's going to do it. And there'll probably be nuggets in there, like you said, that will raise questions and raise eyebrows, but just as Hillary's did. But I think ultimately he does it, and he needs to do it.
Very respectfully to Sarah, we see how well that turned out for Mitt Romney as well. I would say that that was really a turning point in his campaign, and I think that's really what Donald Trump is trying to say. He's trying to learn from that
And let me tell you something. If they were releasable, meaning they were non-controversial, semi-controversial, I think he would have done it by now. I know that he had people on his staff, his campaign advisors, people close to Roger Stone when they were involved, were basically saying, release them now, get them out of the way, because...
Long time ago.
A long time ago. And so for now to do it, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's worse not doing it, you know, but let me tell you something. Real estate investors generally take every single solitary deduction they could take. They actually show sometimes negative income.
Sure.
Even as making money. That's going to be a hard sell.
Sure. All right. Well, we'll see. I mean, maybe we won't see. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.